Let's start lying down. And let's start with, put your soles of your feet together, and your knees are going to open up wide. Let them get heavy towards the mat. This is called Supta Konasana. If you are interested in the Sanskrit of the yoga poses, I don't know many Sanskrit words, but I do know that one, and I do enjoy it. I like saying it. It rolls off the tongue. So really, this is just a very gentle hip opening. I know that my hips have been particularly tight, sitting in different chairs, not moving as much during my workday as I normally do. So as you lie here, let the back side of your body get heavy. Hey Sheila, how are you? Right, so let the shoulders fall away from the ears, right? Really press the feet, the soles of the feet together. Right, and just let the knees just get heavy towards the mat. Right, and as you breathe in and breathe out, maybe on the exhales, the knees get a little bit closer to the ground. Maybe not. Right, and you just begin to bring yourself into your body, begin to become aware, right? Aware of the sounds around you, of your breath. Of your thoughts. Right, and if your mind wanders, right, which it's probably going to do, that's normal, just bring it back. Come back to the breath, come back to sensation, come back into the body. Right, and as you breathe, you settle in. And you keep breathing, you keep noticing your inhales. Chase, I need you to turn the voice down. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. I just need you to dial it down a little bit. Start to deepen your breath. You're going to take your hands to the outsides of your knees. Bring your knees in like you're closing up a book. Maybe you stretch the legs out long, reach the arms over the head, do a full body stretch. Begin to bring some movement in like you're waking up. While you're breathing, you're noticing body's like showing up this morning. And you're going to hug your knees into your chest. You're going to rock front to back. And you're going to come up to seated at the top of your mat. So actually we're going to come into that same pose. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together. Let the knees go out wide. Let's see if you can inhale, the spine gets long, and on the exhale, the knees get heavy, drop towards the ground. Take a breath in, your arms are going to reach up overhead. Exhale, that right hand's going to come down to the mat. Left hand, you're going to lean over to the right. Keep pressing the soles of the feet together. Take a breath in, you come back to center, and then on the exhale, that left hand comes down, stretch the side body over to the left. Take a breath in, you come back to center. Exhale, you're going to take your hand to the outside of that left knee. Right fingertips touch down behind you. Press into the fingertips, lengthen the spine, and on the exhale, towards the right. Right, keep letting these get heavy, opening up the hips, grounding down into the sit bones. Take a breath in. You come back to center, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, right hand to the left knee, left fingertips touch down. And take a breath in. You come back to center, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, you're going to fold forward over your feet. So it's important that you keep the spine long and the heart reaching forward here. Right? So the tendency is to round the back, but can you keep the heart shining open? Beautiful. Take a breath in and a breath out. Right? And you may feel some discomfort here, right? Not pain. You might notice an urge to come out. But can you just pause and try to find the good here? Like breathe in goodness. Take a breath in. You're going to come back to center. Legs are going to go out long in front of you. And arms reach up overhead. Exhale, you fold forward. Take a breath in. You come back up. Arms reach up overhead. Right hand's going to come down. Left hand's going to lean towards the right side. Stretching the body. Take a breath in. You come back to center. Left hand comes down. Right hand stretches over. Take a breath in. You come back to center. Exhale, you fold forward one more time. Again, let that heart reach forward. Beautiful. Take a breath in. You come back up to seated. And you're going to make your way to downward facing dog. So however you want to get there. Sometimes there's not a pretty way to get there. You just got to get there, right? So you're in downward facing dog at the back of the mat. You're pressing down into your hands. Right, shoulders are moving down the back. Hips are reaching up towards the ceiling. So it's like an inverted V, upside down V. Right, maybe you pedal out your feet. Maybe you need some movement coming into this morning. One of the things that I've noticed about the world lately is that even though there are moments of great uncertainty and unknowing and needing to know how things are going to play out, there's so much good. And I found this week that if I focused on the good that was out there in this community, and the connections, right, that shifted the perspective. So as you move in practice, if something rises up, can you shift the perspective to the good? Like, what is good about this? What feels good? Right, take a breath in. You're going to glide forward to high plank and pause. What's good about plank? All right. Spread the fingers wide in plank. You're up on the balls of the feet. The thigh bones are lifting up towards the ceiling. Heart's lifting, reaching forward. Take a breath in, and then you exhale back to downward facing dog. Right, so in downward facing dog, you should be able to move back and forth in between plank fairly easily without moving your hands and feet. So that's a good test for the width of your down dog. So take a breath in. You're going to glide forward back to high plank. Right, and you breathe, you hug the belly button into the spine. Right, and you notice what comes up here, right? It's challenging. Take a breath in, exhale, downward facing dog. Right. Take a breath in, you glide forward to high plank, you pause here. You got it, you're breathing in goodness, you're breathing out doubt and anxiety and uncertainty and knowing. You're breathing in grace and community. Your tribe. You take a breath in. Exhale, you're going to lower all the way down to the mat. Right, one piece, body hits. Inhale, you're going to lift the heart to cobra. Exhale, you lower. 2 more times. Inhale, heart lifts to cobra. Use the core, hands are light. Exhale, you lower down. Inhale, the heart lifts. Broaden across the chest. Exhale, you lower, and you push back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, you pause. You take a breath in and a breath out. Right, each pose an opportunity to reset, recommit, re-examine the mindset. Take a breath in, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Halfway lift on an inhale, so reach the arms behind you. Shoulders come onto the back. Heart reaches forward. Crown of the head's reaching towards the front of the room. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you ground down, you rise to standing. Up here and standing, you're going to take a breath in. Right hand's going to come down to the side. You're going to lean over to the left, keeping your weight in both feet equally. Take a breath in, you come back to center. Exhale, left hand comes down, right hand reaches over. Beautiful. Take a breath in, you come back to center. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, you fold. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold, you plant your hand, step back to plank, and you pause. You take a breath in. Exhale, you lower down. Heart lifts to cobra on an inhale. And then on the exhale, you make your way back to downward facing dog. So that series of movements is called the vinyasa. It's really a way to get from pose to pose. You can do those movements or you can just go back to downward facing dog, right? The choice is yours. Take a breath in, look forward, walk, or jump the feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale, spine is long. Pull the belly button in, exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, you fold. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Plant your hands, you step back to plank, and you pause. You take a full breath in. Exhale, you lower down. Heart lifts to cobra, and then you make your way back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, you take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, you look forward. Walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, you fold. Breathe into a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, you fold, plant your hands, step back to plank, and pause. You take a full breath in here. Exhale, you lower down. Heart lifts to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And you notice the body as you start to warm up and move. Where can you breathe in ease? Where can you soften? One more, Sun A. Take a breath in, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you empty out and fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, you fold. Halfway lift on your breath in. Exhale, you plant your hands, you step back to plank, you pause. You take a full breath in. Exhale, you lower down. Heart lifts to cobra on an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right, so noticing the goodness is a shift in perspective. Right, and what if every time we started to feel overwhelmed or anxiety or fearful, we focused on the good, right? How would the experience be different? From downward facing dog, take a breath in. Right leg is going to lift to the sky. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, you stretch it back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, you stretch it back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, you pause. Take a breath in and a breath out. You're fine. There's goodness here. Exhale, you step the foot in between the hands. You're in a low lunge. Right, so in the low lunge, you're framing the right foot. You're up on the ball of the left thigh bone's lifting up towards the ceiling. The spine is long, kind of the head's reaching towards the front of the room. Heart's open. Right, we can't see the goodness if our heart is not open. Beautiful. You take a breath in. The left foot steps up to meet the right. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you ground down, you rise to standing. Exhale, you fold. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you plant your hands, you move through vinyasa. Make your way back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, you take a breath in and you lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, you stretch it back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, you stretch it back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, you pause. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Exhale, you place the foot in between the hands, low lunge. Right, keep lifting that left thigh bone. Watch the right heel. It likes to kick out to the right. Can you pull it into the center? The left knee stacked over the left ankle. Right, broaden across the chest. You got it. Take a breath in. Right foot steps up to meet the left. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, right hand comes down. Lean over to the right side. Roll the right shoulder onto the back. Inhale, you come back to center. Exhale, that left hand comes down. Lean over to the left. Open up. Take a breath in. Left hand comes up. Exhale, you fold forward. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank, and move through vinyasa. From downward facing dog, you take a breath in. Right leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, you kick it back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, you pause. Take a breath in. Exhale, you place the foot in between your hands. You're in a low lunge. Right, from here, you're going to ground down into the right foot, keeping the right knee stacked over the right ankle. You're going to use your core, lift yourself up, high crescent lunge. Right, so in crescent lunge, your feet are in two separate lanes. That left thigh bone's lifting up towards the ceiling. Shoulders fall away from your ears. Unhinge your jaw. You got it. Take a breath in. Exhale, your hands come down to the mat. You step back to plank. You take a full breath in. And exhale, you lower. Heart lifts to cobra on an inhale, and then you make your way back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, left leg lifts on an inhale. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, you stretch it back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Take a breath in. Exhale, you place it in between your hands. You're in a low lunge. Take a breath in. Ground down into that left foot. Use your core and you rise to high crescent lunge. Your hands can reach up overhead, or you can bring them to heart center if it's too much on your shoulders. All right, and you notice here what comes up. Is it discomfort? Is it irritation? Is it boredom? Is it frustration? And can you shift the perspective? Can you shift the narrative? Take a breath in, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. You step back to plank and you pause. You take a full breath in. Exhale, you lower down. Heart lifts to cobra on an inhale. Exhale, you lower and make your way back to downward facing dog. Right, so we're just building on the sequence. Right. Take a breath in, right leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, you stretch it back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. You take a breath in. Exhale, you place it in between your hands, low lunge. You take a breath in. You rise to high crescent lunge. From crescent lunge, your arms are reaching overhead. They're going to reach forward. You're going to hover over the right thigh. So really press through the ball of the left foot. Your legs are strong. You're hovering. You got it. Take a breath in. Hands come down to the mat. Right foot steps back to meet the left. You move through vinyasa. We meet up in downward facing dog, where you will take a full breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, the left leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, you stretch it back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. You pause. You take a breath in. Exhale, you place the foot in between your hands. You're in a low lunge, right? You know where we're going next. So you take a breath in, you rise to high crescent lunge, and you pause. Can you keep bending into that left knee? Keep it tracking over the left pinky toes. It likes to come in towards the center line. Can you keep it pressing out, particularly when you start to get fatigued? Take a breath in, arms reach up overhead. They reach forward to the front of the room, and you hover over the left thigh. Hug the belly button in. Heart's reaching in between the hands. Are you breathing? Take a breath in. Exhale, the hands come down to the mat. You step back to plank. You pause. You take a full breath in. Exhale, you move through vinyasa. All right. Trying to find the good in each moment, right? It has this ripple effect. Hey, Trish! Right? This ripple effect that goes out into the world. From downward facing dog. I'm going to choke on my coffee. Right leg. Wow, that was fun. Right leg lifts to the sky on an inhale. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, you stretch it back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. You pause. And on the exhale, you place it in between your hands. Whoa, that was awkward. You take a breath in. Inhale, you rise to high crescent lunge. Right, you know, here on the next inhale, your arms are going to reach overhead. You're going to lean forward over the right thigh. All right, so listen up. You're going to ground down into your feet. You're going to be strong in that right foot. You're going to come up. You're going to straighten the right leg and come up into warrior three. So in warrior three, the left leg is lifted. You're flexing through that left foot. Arms are reaching forward. You can bring them to heart center or you can reach them behind you, airplane arms. Right, you may wobble, you may fall, that's okay. You take a breath in. Exhale, your hands are going to come down to the mat. You're in standing splits. Right, so that left leg is still lifted. Flex through the left foot. Beautiful. You're going to take a breath in, and on the exhale, the left toes are going to come down to the mat, and we're back in a low lunge where we started this sequence. Take a breath in, left hand stays down, right hand comes up, you twist open. Take a breath in, exhale, the right hand comes down to the mat, you step back to plank and you pause. You take a full breath in, exhale, you lower down. Heart lifts to cobra on an inhale, and exhale, you make your way back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, you take a breath in and a breath out. Left leg lifts to the sky on an inhale, exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, you stretch it back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. You take a breath in. Exhale, you place the foot in between your hands, low lunge. You ground down into your feet, and on an inhale, you rise to high crescent lunge. All right, and you notice here, as you know where we're going next, does your mind start planning, or can you stay here in this moment? Take a breath in. Exhale, the arms are going to reach out to the front of the room. You're going to lean over the left thigh. You're going to straighten the left leg, lift the back leg up, warrior three. Again, you choose where the hands go. Whatever is going to be good for you, right? Whatever is going to bring some ease. What's going to change your perspective. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, standing splits. Right, so you can have a bend in that left knee. You got it. Take a breath in. On the exhale, the right foot touches down to the back of the mat. You're in a low lunge. Low lunge twist. Right hand stays down. Left hand comes up. As you breathe in, you lengthen towards the front of the room. And as you exhale, can you open up across the chest a little bit more? Beautiful. Take a breath in. Exhale, the left hand comes down to the mat. You step back to plank and you pause. Take a breath in. Exhale, you lower halfway down. Inhale, you push back up. Exhale, you lower halfway down. Inhale, you come back up. One more. Exhale, you lower halfway down. Inhale, you come back up. Actually, exhale, you're going to lower all the way down to the mat. Heart lifts to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, you take a breath in and a breath out, and you notice, like, how did you feel about those push-ups being thrown in there, right? Can you find the good, or did you just think that sucked, right? Well, if you think it sucked, it probably did, right? So it's finding the good The good in the challenge, the good in the uncomfortable, the good in the uncertainty. Take a breath in, right leg lifts in the air. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, you stretch it back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. You pause for a breath in. Exhale, you place the foot in between the hands. Low lunge. Inhale, you rise to high crescent lunge. Exhale, the hands reach forward. You hover over the right thigh. Inhale, you're going to straighten that front leg. Come into warrior three. Left leg's lifted. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. You're in standing splits. Right? It's like you're looking out over a cliff, so that heart's reaching forward. Gaze is right past the top of the mat. Take a breath in. Left toes come down to the mat. You're in a low lunge. Left hand stays down. Right hand comes up. Low lunge twist. Take a breath in. That right hand's going to come down to the mat. You're going to spin the left foot down, walk the hands around, and come up into warrior two facing the left side of the room. So the right knee stacked over the right ankle. You're pressing into the outside edge of the left foot. This big, powerful, strong pose. Breathe in, soak in the goodness, right? You're gazing out over the right fingertips. Keep bending into that right knee. Beautiful. You're going to flip the front palm, stretch back, reverse the warrior. Exhale, you're going to cartwheel your hands to the mat and move through vinyasa or make your way back to downward facing dog, where we will get ready for another side. And you take a breath in and the left leg lifts to the sky on an inhale. Exhale, right knee or left knee, left elbow. Inhale, you stretch it back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, you pause. You take a breath in, and on the exhale, you place the foot in between your hands, low lunge. Inhale, you're going to rise to high crescent lunge. Exhale, arms are going to reach forward. You're going to hover over the left thigh. Take a breath in. You're going to straighten the left leg, come into warrior three. Right leg lifts, press through the sole of the right foot. You got it. Take a breath in. Right hand or hands come down to the mat. You're in standing splits. Take a breath in. Right toes touch down at the back of the mat. You're in a low lunge. Right hand stays down. Left hand lifts to the sky. Low lunge twist. Beautiful. You take a breath in. The left hand comes down to the mat. You're going to spin the right foot down. Come into warrior two facing the left side of the room. Right, so left knee stacked over the left ankle. Can you soften your shoulders? Can you sink into the knee a little bit more? Your legs have got you. They're strong. Beautiful. You're going to flip the front palm, stretch back, reverse your warrior, and then you're going to cartwheel your hands to the mat and move through vinyasa. From downward facing dog, your knees are going to go wide. You're going to drop into child's pose. Hips sit back towards the heels. Fingertips are reaching forward. And you pause here, right? And you come back to your breath. You come back to noticing. You come back to your body. You will learn a lot from yourself if you stretch in the direction of goodness, of bigness, of kindness, of forgiveness, of emotional bravery. Be a warrior for love. It is easier to stay in a place of doubt and worry and fear. takes courage to step into goodness and kindness, of hope. But that's what we're called to do in these times, right? Is to be that beacon of goodness for others, for ourselves. You're going to walk the fingertips forward, and then on the exhale, you're going to walk them over to the right side. Maybe you walk them off the mat. You're going to shift the hips back. The left hips are going to come back towards the left heel. Feel the stretch on the side body. Right, you breathe in the good stuff. You exhale all the stuff that does not serve you. Right, because the anxiety and the fear and the worry and the doubt, it doesn't serve a purpose. It just continues to create that. Right, goodness serves. It serves you. It serves others. It serves the community. Take a breath in. You walk your hands back to center. You walk them over to the left. Shift the hips back towards the right heel. So you breathe in that. And take a breath in. You come back to center. You're going to tuck toes, lift the hips into downward facing dog. Right, and you notice where your mind goes here. Do you think, oh God, we got to do that sequence again? What if you said, oh boy, we get to do that sequence again? But we're not though. So take a breath in. You look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you ground down, you rise to standing. Right? Exhale, the hands are going to come to heart center. You're going to lift up the right foot. You're going to stack, make sure that the knee is stacked over the ankle. You're going to flex the foot. You're going to take the right ankle and you're going to cross it over the left thigh. You're making the number 4. You're going to bend the left knee and you're going to shift the hips back, coming into standing pigeon. Right? So this is a balance and a hip opener all in one. Right in here, can you keep the heart open, shoulders back? You breathe in, you breathe out, you notice. What self-talk doesn't serve you, what emotion doesn't serve you. It doesn't ask you to be better, let it go. Straighten the left leg. You're going to uncross the right foot and you're going to open up into tree. So the sole of the right foot can be on the inside of the left thigh. It can be on the inside of the left calf. Toes can be on the ground, right? You choose. Right, and you may fall in and out of this, and that doesn't mean that you're terrible at yoga or you can't balance. It just is what it is. Where can you find the goodness in that? Where can you find the lesson? Where can you find the growth? Arms can reach up overhead. Hands can come to heart center. You can close your eyes. You can come up to your toes. You can dig in and push yourself. You can just be still. Take a breath in and a breath out. That right foot comes down to the mat. Inhale, the arms reach up overhead. You're going to grab the left wrist with the right hand. You're going to ground down into your feet and you're going to lean over to the right side. Inhale, you're going to come back to center. You're going to switch hands. Lengthen on the breath in. Exhale, you lean over to the left. Inhale, you come back to center. Arms reach up, you look up. Exhale, you fold forward. Beautiful. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold, you plant your hands, you step back to plank. You pause. Take a breath in. Exhale, you lower halfway down. Inhale, you push back up. Exhale, you lower halfway down. Inhale, you push back up. Exhale, you lower halfway down. Inhale, you push back up. Exhale, you lower all the way down to the mat. Right? You notice what you thought about that. And then if it doesn't serve you, you let it go. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, you make your way back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, you take a breath in. You look forward, feet to the hands. Halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, you fold. Inhale, you rise to standing. Exhale, hands come to heart center. You're going to lift the left foot up. Flex the left foot. Left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Bend the right knee. Sit the hips back. You breathe here. And you notice. Take a breath in. You straighten the right leg. Uncross the left ankle and come into tree. Right? Different side, different balance, whole new pose, whole new opportunity to open up to the goodness. To be a warrior for good, for love, for bravery. Maybe you do something different with the arms. You wobble, you shake, you come out, you come in. It's all good. It's all growth. It's all an opportunity to learn. Take a breath in. Left foot comes down to the mat. Arms reach up overhead. You're going to interlace your hands and then flip your palms so that they're facing up towards the ceiling. You're going to take a breath in, and on the exhale, you're going to lean towards the right side. Really press through the hands. Inhale, you come back to center. Exhale, you lean over to the left. Inhale, you come back to center. Unclasp your hands. You fold forward on the exhale. Halfway lift on a breath in. Exhale, you plant your hands. You step back to plank and pause. Now, you know what's coming, right? So I'm just going to tell you, do 0 to 3 push-ups. You choose. And then you make your way back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, you take a breath in and a breath out. You're going to walk your feet through your hands, and you're going to come back to seated with the soles of the feet together. Right back where we started. Maybe this time you can bring your heels closer to your sit bones, right? You're going to take a breath in. You're going to lengthen the spine and let the knees get heavy towards the mat. And you're just going to breathe and notice. Open up. Take a breath in. You're going to lean forward over the feet. Maybe the hands reach forward. Right, but keep that heart opening up, the spine long and the crown of the head reaching towards the front of the room. Beautiful. You take a breath in. You come back up. You're going to straighten the legs out long. You're going to take the right foot and you're going to cross it to the outside of the left thigh. You're going to ground down into your sit bones. You're going to lengthen the spine. Crown of the head's reaching towards the front of the room. You're going to take the right hand behind you and you're going to take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. You're going to stretch. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears. And on the inhale, the spine lengthens. On the exhale, you open up. Beautiful. You take a breath in. You come back to center. Your right leg's going to go out long, and that left foot's going to come to the outside of the right thigh. Left hand comes down behind you. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. You lengthen on the inhale. Exhale, you open up. Shoulders fall away. Soften your jaw. You can really press into the right, to the left knee with the right elbow. That's going to help you open up. You can feel it across the back side of your body. I know that I'm sitting differently, and so it's manifesting in my shoulders, like where I'm working in a different position, right? Take a breath in. Uncross, legs go out long in front of you. Inhale, the arms reach up overhead. Exhale, you fold forward, right? So it's not as important that you reach your toes. It's more important that that heart is reaching forward and the spine is long. Take a breath in. You're going to slowly roll back up to seated. Arms are going to reach up overhead, and you're going to lower down, roll down one vertebrae at a time. Right? And when you get to that place where you want to like speed up and just flop to the mat, can you pause, slow down, and slowly roll down? You're going to find yourself lying on the mat, arms reach up overhead, full body stretch. And you take a breath in and a breath out. You're going to hug your knees into your chest. Maybe you rock side to side. You're going to keep the right knee hugged in. The left leg is going to go out long. You're going to take the left hand to the outside of the right knee, cross it over your body. Right hand can go out to the side. Like a spinal twist. And as you wind down, pay attention to the mind, the thoughts. As things get quiet, it's easier for the mind to kick back up into action. Take a breath in. You're going to unwind. Right leg's going to go out long. Left knee's going to come in. Take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Cross it over the body. Left arm can come out to the side. All right, you want to keep both shoulder blades on the mat. You take a breath in and a breath out. You're going to unwind. The left leg goes out long. And you're going to hug both knees into the chest. You're going to drop the knees over towards the right. Again, you want to keep both shoulder blades on the mat. The arms can be outside to side. You can cactus the arms, goalposts. Where can you find ease here in this moment, in this pose? Where can you breathe in goodness and exhale that which does not serve you? You take a breath in. Knees come back to center. On the exhale, you drop them over to the left. We all have this goodness inside of us, but sometimes the situation or the mind take over and we forget that. We forget to believe in the good in ourselves, the good in others, the good of the community. Inhale, the knees come back to center. You're going to reach in between the thighs, grab the outside edges of your feet, come into happy baby. So the soles of the feet are shining up towards the ceiling. You're energetically pulling your knees towards your elbows. Maybe you rock side to side. You want to keep the spine long and the tailbone reaching towards the front of the mat. And here you soak it up. You soak up the goodness, the opportunity, the moment. You release the grip on your feet. You hug your knees into the chest. You're going to wrap your arms around your shins. You give yourself a hug. Maybe acknowledging the goodness inside of you. And thank yourself for showing up to do the work, to move your body, to breathe. Take a breath in. Legs are going to go straight up to the sky. Arms can be by your side. It can be underneath your tailbone for a little bit of a support. This final inversion, you can flex your feet. You can point your feet. And I know for me that when the darkness and it gets heavy, that it is the good of this community, this connection that we have, my tribe, my people, brings in the light. And it's a choice. It's a choice to see the good, or it's a choice to choose other. You're going to lower the right foot to the mat, and you're going to lower the left. Legs are going to go out long, arms by your side. You take a full breath in and a long breath out. This final pose, this ultimate honoring of the goodness in you. Shavasana, you let your mind and your body rest. Right? And even in here, as you rest, your mind may shift to thinking. Can you just come back? And come back to breath. Start to bring some awareness back to your breath, some movement into your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, you roll gently to your right side and you pause. You will learn a lot from yourself if you stretch in the direction of goodness, of bigness, of kindness, of forgiveness, of emotional bravery. Be a warrior for love. And keeping your eyes closed, help yourself up to seated at the top of your mat. And take a breath in, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. You pause here, you notice the breath, the heartbeat. Acknowledge the goodness that lives in you. Breathe into that. Together, take a full breath in and a long breath out. The light and truth in me sees and honors that in each of you, whether you're here with me live or you take this later today. Together we say Namaste.